Doing just fine. This is Karen with newclevelandradio.net, and it is Monday, April 27th at 3:40 p.m. I'm sorry, everybody, day early, a little bit late as far as the time is concerned, but it's time for What in the World with Paul Seaburn and his sidekick, John Donalo. We are so excited about today's show. That's why we're a day early. Well, not really. Paul will explain. Anyways, what is Paul going to talk about today? He's going to talk about Cleveland drivers from Poland. Now, this I have to hear, and no Polish jokes, everybody. Also, a new way to stay fit and make money, and we all want to make money. And we're going to learn about a heavy metal politician from Japan and a new auto option for long trips. Hey, maybe you should drive on your next trip, Paul, with this new option.
Okay. Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we've got a couple of trips coming up. So
that's right.
Yeah. So what else am I talking about?
There's going to be some odd news, weird sports from John Donalo, and of course, everybody's favorite, Stump the co-host.
Bluff the co-host.
Well, whatever. We're going to co-host first. So
obviously
today.
Yeah, obviously we didn't have a rehearsal today. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much, Karen, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you all for joining What in the World, everybody's favorite weird news show. Real news, sometimes strange, always funny. That's our motto. I'm Paul Seaburn, your host. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're joining us live, we apologize for being a little late. If you're joining us in the future, either on YouTube or on your favorite audio platform, thanks for joining us there as well. We are on Monday. I am unavailable tomorrow, and we will be off next week. So we'll mention that at the end of the show, but just mark your calendars when you get a chance, but not while you're listening here. The first voice you had in your ear was Karen Hale, our producer, co-host, and media mogul at newclevelandradio.net, our platform. Go visit newclevelandradio.net for more information on What in the World, on all the great podcasts Karen has, on her coaching services. Yes, I Can Coaching with Karen, which is one of our sponsors. For information on Cleveland 13 News, that's our partner. You can also get information for them on cleveland13news.com. We'll be talking more about something big we're doing with them later. And you can check out a link to to our other sponsor, my new book, What Would You Say to a Naked Space Alien? So that now we got all the business side out of the way. Karen talked about what we're going to be covering. The other voice you heard occasionally popping in there is our co-host, our sports commentator, all-around trivia guy, a great guy, my old buddy, John Donalo. Hey, John.
Hey, Paul, Karen, and audience. It's great to be here on Monday instead of Tuesday. And as Karen said, we were so excited. We wanted to get a day ahead here. So we wanted to make sure we could share all of our information with you folks. So,
yes, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, John. I had
no
to cover here.
No, we have a lot of ground to cover today, Paul and Karen. So let's get to it.
Yeah, our regular listeners know that John and I, we've known each other since college. We went to John Carroll University over in University Heights, Ohio. We're fraternity brothers. And the reason why I mentioned that is because we've been plugging our big Trivia Bowl, Alumni Trivia Bowl, which took place last week. Unfortunately, we were not, we were returning second place finishers. Last year, we were the returning champs. This year, I say we finished in third place, even though there were like 3 teams tied for first, but I'm not going to count that. As far as
it was still a good effort, though. A lot of fun that night.
Oh, a lot of fun. That's right. I want to thank all the people, all the alumni people at John Carroll. They did mention to us on the side that our reputation as the old guys who know a lot is preceded us, and there was some there was some buzz going around the tables about us being there again. So too bad, as long as we can wheel ourselves in there, we will be there next year. So
yes, we will.
How do the wives do? You got to give them a bone. So how do
they also believe it or not, our lovely wives joined in. They formed their own team. I'm not going to say which of the B words they used in their name, but they had. Let's put it this way: they didn't finish last, and they also had a good time. And we for our Cleveland friends, the Great Lakes Brewing Company down by West Side Market. Wonderful food, kielbasi, sauerkraut, pierogies, meatballs, all for vegetables for the healthier young people who were there. So again, a good time was had by all.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So we've got some great stories for us for you today. We've got a couple of local interest stories, at least from the Ohio standpoint, including the first one, which comes to us from Poland. Oh, one of the reasons why we were late today was we were having a little trouble, little technical difficulties with Zoom here. So I want to make sure we get everything straight there. It looks like we're working good here. Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right. So there's our logo. Here's a copy of my book for those of you that are watching on YouTube. And please join us on YouTube. Follow us, like us, whatever it is you do. I think you follow us on YouTube or subscribe. Whatever,
Yes.
it's free. You don't have to worry about that. We're not going to send you anything. We're not going to try to sign you up for Amway or some other scam. You just follow us so we know who's listening. Also, Karen and I are both on Facebook, so you can follow us there and get more information on the show there. So the first story comes from Poland. Poland. Wow. Poland. The Warsaw specifically. And city I've been to, by the way, a lovely city in Poland. But I didn't see this while we were there. Apparently, the city is being overrun by wild boars that come in from the woods that surround the city, and it's causing a real problem. They don't know what to do about it until now. Someone developed a humanoid robot that there it is right there. Humanoid robot named, it actually has a name. His name is Edward Warszawski. So good Polish name.
Yep.
He actually came one day, he just showed up. There's these boars, and there's this robot all of a sudden running after them. The photos show the boars, then it shows the robot running, and then it shows it chasing them. He also, as he's running, Edward Warszawski yells, "Go away," in Polish. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's what he says. Go away, ski would be my guess. So I'm thinking if the robot really wanted to scare the wild boars into running away, he should have been running after them, yelling, "I have a recipe for wild boar kielbasi." That
would do it, Paul.
Oh, you better believe it, John. So these Polish robots, everybody knows about them now. They're not allowed to be imported to Cleveland. So I need to warn everybody up front if you want to bring them in, if you have wild boars in your neighborhood, because the Polish community, specifically the little old ladies who work at the Polish churches making pierogies, they're afraid that this robot is smart enough that it'll take over their job of pinching pierogies after all the wild boars are gone.
Might be, yeah.
You don't want that, yeah. So this guy, Edward Warszawski, has actually visited the Polish parliament, their ruling body. This robot showed up and they let him in, and he said, "Go away." And I just don't say. So they said he's run by artificial intelligence, and while he was at the meeting of the parliament, he learned the difference between boar, as in BOAR, boar, and boring, as in speaking to parliament. So, people are looking for this robot now in Warsaw. This is better entertainment than any of the sitcoms that they have over there. I was thinking, John, the Browns should have drafted one of these robots in the draft last week. For the special teams, I think a robot like this would be great for the special teams, for chasing down the other players on the other team, to program the AI to recognize them, to make them look like wild boars out of his little video thing. And
well, it's not a bad idea, Paul, but I don't know if the NFL would go for something like that.
well, we disguise it.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
shoulder pads on. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Could be an unfair advantage for the Browns.
Yeah. Now, one of the people I was talking to about this said we don't have wild boars in Cleveland, but we do have a lot of deer. And this might be a good idea for importing to chase away our deer. Problem is, deer are much faster than wild boars. I
Sure.
don't know how much faster, but they are faster. And then so we would need a lot of them because we got a lot of deer. And then they were afraid that with all these robots running in the street along with the deer, cars are going to start hitting the robots. Besides the deer, it's going to be good business for the auto wrecking people and the body shops, but not necessarily for drivers in Cleveland. So the guy who would make the best benefit from this, though, for our Cleveland listeners, you know the name, Tim Misney. He would have a commercial out immediately. Have an accident with a robot? I'll make them pay.
I could visualize that. Yeah.
That's right. Or use parts from that robot to fix your car. So he'd be perfect. He'd be perfect for that. So if you don't have wild boars, what if and you don't have deer? What if you have something even faster than deer or wild boars? Like cheetahs. Maybe your neighborhood is overrun with cheetah. Now, what neighborhood that is, I don't know, and I certainly don't want to live there. But if you have animals that are faster than either of those, there's actually a robot that can chase cheetahs. That's how fast it is.
Wow.
This came from the 2026 Beijing Robot Half Marathon, where they had 100 robots competing against human runners. Now, they had the robots on one side of the road and the humans running on the other side. But at 13.1 miles, robots versus the humans. John, who do you think won?
Well, I would think the robots would win.
Yeah, good guess. Yes, that's right. 12,000 human runners, 100 robots. The winning robot completed the marathon. Oh, here's a picture of him, by the way. Winning robot completed this half marathon, 13.1 mile course in 50 minutes, 26 seconds. That's 5 minutes. Yeah. The world record for a half marathon is 57 minutes. So he broke the world record by 7 minutes. That's 15 miles an hour. 15 miles an hour. I don't know. That's awfully slow. No one here drives that slow in Cleveland.
That's true.
Yeah, but you could see the humans on the other side. So they're complaining. You could hear them complaining. They said, that it's unfair because the robots don't have to stop and make potty breaks and they don't have to make water breaks. Yeah. But they said that one of the robots stopped at one point. He saw a Roomba in the crowd and he stopped to pet the Roomba. So that they love those little Roombas, little pet robots. So the winner, this was profitable for the robots. John, get a load of this. So not only did the winner get a gold medal, he also got an endorsement deal from WD-40 for robots. They get the squeak out of those knees, know?
Sure.
Yeah. Wow. So we've heard of the runner's wall. Runners hit. I've run marathons. You generally hit it at about 20 miles. And it's just a physical thing. So they said they were worried about the robots hitting the wall, but the only robot that hit the wall, fortunately, was a crash test dummy robot. So he just fell over and bounced back up again with no problem. So they interviewed the robot at the end. He has a name. His name is what was his name? Lightning. Lightning is his name, made by a Chinese smartphone company maker. A company who makes smartphones also makes robots, only in China. So they asked him if he was afraid of any of the humans, and he said no. And they said, "Are you afraid of any other competitors?" And he said, "Yeah, robots from Kenya." So
oh wow, okay. They would have an advantage, obviously.
You better believe it, running in those hills, John. So so these now, not all of them, but this particular robot and many of the faster ones had no human control whatsoever. So once they turned them on and basically said, go, or heard the gun or whatever it is they heard, they were on their own. They had no contact with humans. I don't trust AI robots. I don't trust AI cars, those driverless taxis. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But I was thinking, I might be interested in having one of these robots carry me someplace. Maybe lift
Okay.
me up, yeah, put me up on his shoulders and run around. I think that might be fun. The piggyback, that's what I was thinking, piggyback. Or pull me in a wagon. We talked about wagons next week. I thought that'd be fun too, have a robot pulling me in a wagon. Because I'm a lazy kind of person. That's the way I am. So let's look at a human athletic feat, because I know John doesn't want to talk about robots anymore here. You're going to love this one, John. So this one comes from Armenia. This lady's name is Meryl Davtyan, and she's an Armenian fitness athlete. She just set a Guinness World Record for the most squat. Actually, she set two world records for the most squat in 1 minute by a woman and the most squats in 3 minutes by a woman. Okay. 1 minute. This lady, here's a picture of her right here. This lady, 84 squats in a minute.
Whoa.
And, yeah.
Wow.
Then she kept on going for 3 minutes. She did 170 squats in 3 minutes.
Wow.
After she got her certificate for breaking both of those records, she went back to her job as a testing person at a stretch pants factory.
Yeah.
Wow.
My God. That had to hurt.
Isn't it? Oh, honest to God, yeah, it's unbelievable how hard it is to do squat. And she's on a wall. I'll talk about that in a second. I wanted to point out these little kids, these young boys standing behind her, watching her doing squats. They're definitely enjoying this more than they should be for their age. 84 squats in a minute. I can't even do like maybe 3 squats, even with one of those bouncy balls underneath me to bounce me back up again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. She funded her training. This I thought was interesting. She funded her training and also trained at the same time by squatting down and picking up loose change off the sidewalk as she walked. So
Okay.
she did a lot of money doing that. Yeah. She also has no weeds in her lawn, so that's another way she trained.
For her.
So she decided to go up on this wall. This is some famous wall in Armenia. The people at her gym where she normally squats, they were starting to complain about all the loud grunts she was making. So she went to someplace way out in the middle of nowhere so nobody would hear her. I think, if you ask me, John, I think she grew up Catholic. That's how, she has strong knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
How many times you have to stand up and down during mass? She was all set.
You notice the guy who's counting for her, keeping track, he's squatting the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes, right. He is. Yeah.
I don't think he's getting up.
That's true. Yeah.
That would be me. That's a good job for me. I could get down there and hold the clock for her.
Okay.
But then when she's done, she can help me get up. The 3-minute record blew me away. It takes me 3 minutes just to remember why I'm squatting in the first place.
You're an honest man, Paul Seaburn. You're an honest man.
She's also a dancer. I thought this was interesting. She's also a dancer in her spare time. Who has spare time? And I looked it up. I wanted to find out what her favorite dance is. Believe it or not, her favorite dance is called the Squatusi.
Oh.
Time for a horn on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You
Squatusi,
can't get away with that one.
So John, Karen, and everybody out there of a certain age is going to remember that's based on a famous dance called the Watusi. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a club that has people dancing the Watusi. There's a sign right there. So it was a popular 1960s American solo dance. So you dance the Watusi by yourself, which I didn't know. I thought you could dance with a partner. And you bent your knees, you swayed your hips, and you alternated your arms to the beat, which I think I did to every different kind of dance. That seems to describe just about every dance we did in the 60s.
That sounds right.
Yeah. it was popularized in 1962 by a song called the Wah Watusi. The Wah Watusi. John, trivia question number one. Do you know who was originally recorded the Wah Watusi?
Yeah, I know the song. I can hear it in my head,
I'm
but I
sorry.
can't.
I
But that's okay. But I can't tell you who did it. No, I'm sorry.
can't get it out of your head now. The Wah Watusi was originally recorded by the Orions. The Orions. They were a doo-wop band. They were often performed with dancers doing a low slung backside in motion style. That's the way they described it. For those of you who have no imagination, here's some girls doing the Watusi with their backsides in motion. Now, John, you probably remember another recording of this. A more famous person recorded the Wawatusi, and that was Chubby Checker.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
he did it in 1963. Believe it or not, in 1964, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles also recorded the Watusi, which I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, very popular song. Yeah. I apologize to everybody, especially John, for planting that earworm in your head.
That's okay. It'll go away eventually.
Eventually, it was also covered by Annette Funicello, of all people, and the Isley Brothers, who also did Shout, which I think is a much better song than the Wawatusi. So, how
Oh,
about,
sure.
yeah, the Wawatusi. So, anyway, while we're talking about music, uh, oh, you'll love this. So, John, are you a fan of Deep Purple?
Yes.
Karen, are you a fan of Deep Purple?
Okay. Just
Okay,
okay.
I'm kind of in between the two of you. So turns out though that Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takachi is an amateur drummer and a huge fan of Deep Purple. So here's the Japanese Prime Minister meeting with the current version of Deep Purple. I think the gentleman in the white coat and the purple vest is the
Yeah.
only original member left of Deep Purple. Uh, I'm thinking to myself, I don't I'm not going to make any comments about the leaders in our own country, but I'd be a little concerned if our leaders were talking about smoke on the water without without telling me what the context was that they were talking about. So she loves these guys. So she welcomed them to her, whatever the White House, the equivalent of the White House in Japan. So they all came there. She said to drummer Ian Price, who is the original member, she says, "You are my God." That's how much she loved them, and him as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So they didn't have the heart to tell her that their song, um, Our Woman from Tokyo, wasn't about her. Which, by the way, didn't do well. I thought this was, I hear this on oldies radio all the time. My Woman from Tokyo. It didn't do well. It did number 60 on the Billboard chart. The another. I'm going to skip that one. The that one. The more I looked at it, the less I liked it. So
Okay.
she played the drums in junior high. She was in a band in junior high, a Deep Purple cover band. So that's how much she liked it. I didn't even know there was such a thing. She played keyboards and then she switched to drums. Uh, I mean, this is a musical person. She could have been,
Yep.
besides prime minister, she could be elected the boss. She could be elected queen of soul. She could run for anything. She's
Absolutely. Yeah.
musical people. Uh, there were no protesters outside protesting the band visiting the headquarters. Although some of the older members of parliament who were there asked them to turn it down. So,
Go
Okay.
figure.
yeah. So Deep Purple, the name. Any idea where that name might have come from, John?
No, I don't, but I know that was no, I really don't. I don't have a clue
I
on
didn't
that one.
either. I didn't either. So the band was originally called Roundabout back when it was first founded by Ian over here and Richie Blackmore, who was another famous member of Deep Purple. He had a different name. He wanted to call it Deep Purple because his grandmother's favorite song was called Deep Purple by John. I'm going to ask you out of courtesy. I have a feeling you don't know who originally recorded the song Deep Purple.
No, I don't. I can't hazard a guess on that one, Paul. Sorry.
That's because it was recorded by Peter DeRose, a member of the Songwriters Hall of Fame. He recorded it in 1933, and it was
A little bit before John's time.
a little bit. It was a piano only. There was no vocals to it. 1933, called Deep Purple. Paul Whiteman, who was very famous big band band leader, recorded it the following year. They all recorded it. Bing Crosby's band recorded it. You name it. If there was a big band, they recorded this song Deep Purple. That's how famous it was. So they added lyrics in 1938. The most famous cover of Deep Purple, the song, was by none other than Donnie and Marie Osmond. In 1975, they recorded a 1933 song with the lyrics.
Never knew that. Wow.
And well, get a load of this. I'm surprised we don't remember it. It actually made it to number 14 on the Billboard chart. So it did better than My Woman from Tokyo. So there's your obscure musical trivia for the week.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, John. I've got, we love to talk about new inventions. So this invention is one that you can use. That's because it is both a use, comma, John, and also a use, John, period. Okay, which you can use. Now, why am I saying and trying to confuse you with this? Chinese car company, Series is the name of it. They filed a patent for a voice-activated in-vehicle toilet, also known in slang as a John, that slides out from underneath the seat so you can use the toilet in the car while the car is still in motion. Yes, underneath the passenger seat, intended to satisfy users' toilet needs on long journeys while camping or staying in the car. You know, to me, this is no big deal. In the United States, we had in-car toilets for years. And it's voice activated. You just yell, "Hey, anybody in the back seat got a water bottle?" Next thing you know, you're all set. So are you interested in this, John? You got a big car. You got room in one of your cars.
No, not at all. In fact, the whole concept just kind of throws me off, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Karen, what do you think?
No, I don't like it. No.
Don't like you're a small car person. I'm
not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Oh, okay. All right. Well,
but wait a second though. Well, I have a question.
You need a passenger seat, and then you take out one armrest and put in a toilet paper roll, and you're all, you know,
Go ahead.
So it also has an exhaust fan for odors. I love this. An exhaust fan. I'd like to just get the exhaust fan, especially if it's voice activated. You know, especially if somebody passes gas in the car, you know, set up a code word like, you know, you say, "Who does this song?" And that way everybody knows that somebody passed gas. They didn't want to mention it. Before you know it, it's out the window. So I was thinking about if you had one of these in your car and you had kids. Now, not them using it, but playing tricks on other cars, especially if somebody else had one of these cars. So kids in China, they see one of these Series cars pulling up. They know that there's a voice-activated toilet inside the car. They roll down the window and they start yelling, "I gotta go! I gotta go!" Make the seat come out. Then I don't have to go anymore, and the seat comes back in. Fun time for little kids in China. This is not the first. Oh, there's even a schematic to go along with it. Here's
oh, geez,
your own in. Yeah, how about that? There's a car, a nice looking car. So they're not. This is not the first one. They actually had another Chinese car that had a toilet in it, but it was a fold out toilet. Ooh, who wants a fold out? This is much nicer. It rolls out from under the seat. You know, and of course, when you really got to go, that's when you're unable to remember how to unfold the chair. So This is my John.
Well,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead. The question I have is, so if you use the toilet, then how do you remove the remnants? I mean, how does that
Let's
go?
look at the schematic here. I don't know. I'm afraid to ask. I think they store it. I'm hoping it's not like the space, the spaceship to the moon where they just shot it out the exhaust into
I would
space.
think not. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, but I don't know. So in 1964, there was another toilet car, a toilet in a car. It was a Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith limousine, and the car survived to this day, and it went up for auction recently. It was a gold-plated toilet that had been converted into a champagne cooler. Here's a picture of the gold-plated toilet. A very nice looking toilet. Yeah. I don't think it's automatic. I think you had to lift the seat up, but or you had your servant or your butler or the driver, if you're driving a Rolls Royce.
Is that a television in the photo?
I'm guessing it
it
is.
looks
John.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Rolls Royce. It's I already thought of a code word. The code word to make your toilet appear in a Rolls Royce would be, "Do you have any Grey Poupon?"
Oh,
Oh
okay.
boy. Hey, also, Paul, real quick,
Yeah.
is that the back seat or the front seat of the car?
Another good question, John. I don't know. I'm gonna guess if the TV's in the front seat. I don't see a steering wheel anywhere.
Yeah, that's got to be back seat.
Yeah, I think that's probably. Look, there's a lever there to lift the seat up, I guess.
Yeah.
So another good reason for everybody to check us out on YouTube. See the toilet in a Rolls Royce. Something to tell your kids. Yeah.
That's something you see every day.
Yeah.
Not something you see every day. No. But so how we love food stories. Well, this one is from Houston, Texas, where I lived for 28 years. I don't remember this from when I lived there, but it's there today. Red Circle Ice Cream Store in Houston, Texas says their most popular flavor is crawfish ice cream. A scoop of crawfish ice cream with a real crawfish on top.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah. Tasty, huh?
No,
If
I
there's
don't think I'll ever eat ice cream again.
I know.
I don't know if they go together.
Well, that's what a friend of mine said down in Dallas. He said they just ruined two really good foods
Yeah.
by putting them together. And I enjoy eating crawfish. If the Dairy Queen is a real person, this is her catfish bait. She
Oh,
goes down there and gets that and goes fishing and has something to eat too. So it's loaded. The ice cream is loaded with Cajun seasoning, which is a pretty potent seasoning.
oof.
It's the only ice cream that makes you sweat when you eat it. So
Yeah, I guess.
wouldn't you think, John? Cajun seasoning. So so that was a shout out to my buddy Daryl down in Dallas. He said, yeah, it ruins two really good foods at the same time. You can now. What do you do with that whole crawfish, you may ask? Not Karen, but maybe John. You can either eat the catfish, or you can wave it around and use it to chase people away who are going, "Ooh, why are you eating that?" Scare them with your crawfish. Now, the proper way to eat crawfish, and I do know this from living there for 28 years, you twist it, you peel it, and then you suck the head. Now, you can get T-shirts on there in case you forget the proper procedure. You twist it, you peel it, and you suck the head. Now, which is also the way you clean the pistons on your car, but that's a different show.
Oh boy.
So why would you do that, John? I'll answer that question for you. Because the brain, the little tiny brain of the crawfish, is in the head, and that absorbs more of the spices than any other part of the body. So you eat the body and then you suck the brains out, which has even more spices in it than the rest. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Karen,
No.
I wonder if cannibals know about this.
Yeah.
Paul, did you have crawfish when you were in Houston?
Oh, all the time, John. I tell a famous story. When the first time my parents came to visit us, we took us to an ice house, an outdoor bar that was famous for their crawfish. And what you do is you order crawfish for everybody, and generally you order a bucket of beer, which is a bucket with beer in it and ice. And what they do is they come out and they put newspapers on the picnic table, and then they bring a bucket of crawfish and dump it in front of you. And I can still see the look on my dad's face and my mom as they're looking at this pile of crawfish. And I proceeded to grab one, twist it, peel it, and suck the head.
Oh, yeah.
Dig in, folks. Welcome to Houston. Yeah. Oh, they're really good, John. You can, if you want to go upscale, you can pay somebody to peel them for you, and then you make it's made into etouffee, which is a spicy dish on rice, or you go to a crawfish boil, and beside you can watch them boil, and there's potatoes and corn and sausage and all kind of good stuff in there. No, it's really good eating.
Oh, okay. All right. I never had
I'm
it.
hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry now. Not for the ice cream though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did I hear? Oh, here we go. So I wanted to end with an Ohio story. This is interesting. This was in the media, at least in Ohio last week. Maybe you saw it. Ohio State representatives, two of them, Tristan Rader, who is from Lakewood, right down the street from us, and Gene Schmidt of Loveland. So these are state legislators. They introduced legislation to designate the Loveland frogman as Ohio's official state cryptid. Now, have we talked about the Loveland frogman? Does that ring a bell to you, John?
Yeah, we did a long time ago.
Okay.
So there's a guy eating his. Oh, you can also use the head. I forgot that part.
Oh.
Once you suck the brains out of the head, you're supposed to use the head as a spoon. So that ruins not only the food but also the utensils as well.
Yeah.
Here's a story in a nutshell, or in a crawfish shell. Back in 1954, a traveling salesman was going through Loveland, Ohio, hence the representative, and as he's driving down this dark road over the Little Miami River, going over a bridge, and he sees along the guardrail what looks like a 4-foot tall humanoid frog, a frog standing on two legs, 4 feet tall. So he stops and he watches it for a while, and if I remember correctly, there 2 more of them showed up, and one of them had a wand, and sparks started shooting out of the end of the wand, and that was when he decided he was going to leave. So or he decided he had too much to drink. I'm not sure, one or the other, but he left. This is an amazing recreation of the scene right here, using artificial intelligence. So a couple years later, some police officers were driving through there, and one of them won the first time, two the first time, and they also, same bridge, they also saw something that looked like a giant 4-foot tall frog standing up by the guardrail. So they watched and waited, and then it jumped over the guardrail, so they couldn't do anything. They went back and they told their chief, and the chief said, "Don't tell anybody about it." A couple of weeks later, they're back out on the same road again. They're driving down. They see the frogman again. This time, one of the police officers gets out his gun and shoots it, picks it up, puts it in the trunk of the squad car, takes it back to the police station. Gets to the police station, he says, "Chief, you got to see that." Opens up the trunk, shows him. And what he had in the back of his car was a dead iguana.
An iguana?
An iguana, yeah. They said they think that they didn't save it, unfortunately. They think that the tail may have been cut off or broken off, and that's why the iguana was standing rather than, he was off balance, and he was trying to climb over the guardrail. Now, Ohio is not iguana country by any stretch of the imagination, so it could have been somebody's pet. Regardless, that legend, that story has carried on for well over 50 years, 70 years. They have festivals, they have souvenirs, they have all kind of stuff. So to the point that Loveland wants to make the Loveland Frogman, which has only been seen 3 times in history, as the official Ohio cryptid. Um, you know, I would support that if there were more of them and we could catch them and make giant 2 foot long frog legs out of them. I think
Oh boy.
my chef friend down in Louisiana would love that. The so if you ask people in the paranormal world why you don't see any more of the frogmen, one of the answers is that they don't like to show themselves to humans because they get tired of people saying, "Oh, we thought you croaked."
Oh, get the horn out for that one, please.
So these 2 council members, Rader and Schmidt, I think they invented a perfect excuse to take a junket to Scotland and find out how to make even more money down in Loveland by more souvenirs and more monster stuff. But then I thought, maybe we could convince Channel 13 to expand their listening area and have us drive down to Loveland and visit and go looking for the frogman.
We certainly could. I mean, we are going to go looking for Bigfoot. We know,
I know they are, but this is an obscure cryptid. We have other monsters in Ohio that would make perfectly much better Ohio State monsters. For example, we have Bessie. We've talked about Bessie many times. That's the Lake Erie monster. Even has a hockey team named after it. Has a baseball team named after it. And the hockey team is actually doing well. So I think they may not be.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs. Okay, but then to bring Channel 13 back in, what about Bigfoot? You know how many times we've talked about Bigfoot on this show. So I want to announce that. What in the World, in conjunction with Channel 13 News, is going to visit Ohio's official Bigfoot baseball team, and that is let me make sure I got it straight. The Mahoning, I got the name wrong. The Mahoning Valley Grassmen. Now, if you've never heard of them, they're normally called the Scrappers, and they're a low-level minor league team in the Mahoning Valley near Warren or Niles, somewhere around there. And to honor Ohio's official Bigfoot, who is called the Grassman, on June 11th, they are having a Grassman Day. And they're changing.
Yes, sir.
They're changing the name of the team to the Mahoning Valley Grassmen. They're going to have T-shirts available. They're going to have hats available. And we are going to be down there interviewing people to see what they think about the whole promotion and about Bigfoot and all the many Bigfoot sightings there have been in Cleveland. So I think this is the coolest thing. This is who should be Ohio's official cryptid, the Grassman, not that frog. I can't even remember his name anymore. The Loveland frog. So what do you think? Good idea?
I love it. I love it. Yes.
I think so. So everybody out there, write that date down. We'll be talking about it again, not next week because we won't be here next week, but the following week as we build up to it, we'll be talking more about the Mahoning Valley Grassmen and their big game on June 11th. I don't even want to mention who they're playing. It doesn't matter. They'll win. The Grassmen always win.
Of course.
So, yeah, right. And on that note, I didn't realize I was going to talk that long on the game and on my hatred for the Frogman. But anyways, I think I've reached the end of my segment of What in the World, which means it's time for What in the World. Oh, I don't have my John's logo here. I thought I had John's logos here. What in the World of Sports with John Dinallo. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, John and I have been friends since college. We're fraternity brothers. John knows more about trivia and especially about sports than anybody else I know. So he's perfect for our show and even more perfect for this segment. Every week I ask John, find us a sport that lives up to our motto, real sport, sometimes strange, always funny. And regular listeners know John comes up with one every week. He's got a good one this week. John, what's your sport?
Sure, Paul. Be happy to tell you, Karen, and the audience exactly what it is. So let me start by saying our sport this week is unique, to say the very least. That's because the sport is automobile polo or auto polo.
Yeah,
Let me explain.
it's not like this one, John. When you
No, definitely not. Definitely
that's,
not.
that's actually an auto. That's a polo. Volkswagen had
Wow.
Volkswagen a long time ago. They had a model, the Polo,
The
which I
polo?
think in the
Okay.
United States was called something else, but in Germany it was called the Polo.
Oh, I
This
didn't
is
know
not
that.
what you
Well, see, you always learn something new on What in the World.
about
Yes.
Uh,
that. Yeah.
so, at any rate, auto polo, it was a motor sport that was invented in the United States that featured rules and equipment similar to equestrian polo, except the automobiles were being used instead of the horses.
Wow.
The official inventor of auto polo is Ralph Pappy Hankinson. He's a Ford automobile dealer from Topeka, Kansas, who devised the sport as a publicity stunt in 1911 to sell Model T cars.
Wow.
Now, the reported first game of auto polo occurred in an alfalfa field in Wichita, Kansas on July 20th, 1912, using 4 cars and 8 players dubbed the Red Devils and the Gray Ghosts, and was witnessed by over 5,000 people.
Wow.
Now, the popularity of the sport increased with multiple auto polo leagues founded across the country under the guidance, believe it or not, Karen, of the Auto Polo Association.
Whoa.
It was also popular at fairs, exhibitions, and sports venues across the US, and also several areas in Europe until the late 1920s. By the 1920s, New York City and Chicago were the principal cities for auto polo in the United States, with auto polo matches occurring every night of the week. In New York, matches were held in Madison Square Garden and at Coney Island. Internationally, auto polo was regarded with skepticism. In 1912, the British motoring publication The Auto described the new sport as a lunatic game that it hoped would not become popular in Britain. While not lunatic, it was dangerous and carried the risk of injury and even death to the participants and spectators, not also including the expensive damage to the vehicles.
Wow.
That explains why it mostly died out during the late 1920s. Now, unlike equestrian polo, which requires large open fields, auto polo was played in smaller covered arenas during the wintertime, which is a factor that greatly increased its popularity in the United States. The auto polo field was at least 300 feet long and 120 feet wide, with 15-foot wide goals at each end. The game was played in 2 halves, and each team had 2 cars and 4 men in play on the field at any given time. So the cars typically had a seat-belted driver and a person that was called the mallet man, who held onto the side of the car and attempted to hit a regulation size basketball into the opposing goal with the cars, is reaching which actually reached the top speed of 40 miles an hour while making hairpin turns. Now, cars would often collide with each other and become tangled, with mallet men frequently thrown from the cars. Most of the cars were severely wrecked or demolished by the time the match was finished. So, in conclusion, auto polo was a sport that could return today, but with a few minor modifications. Those would be driverless cars, robot mallet men, and also some rodeo clowns in barrels just to make it more fun for everyone.
I love it. I love it. That's great. Rodeo auto polo with robots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an incredible sport. I mean,
oh
it had a period of time, obviously,
yeah,
but it was a recognized sport.
5,000 people at one of these things. That's amazing to me. And Model Ts, these photos are unbelievable. They pretty much stripped them down. Looks like one of them they tried to make a roll bar of some sort, but
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
it doesn't appear to be helping.
No, and to your point, Paul, look how open those cars are. There's
Yeah,
not much protection. There's not much protection for the driver. There's not
yeah,
much protection for the mallet man who's holding on to the car. I
They're
mean,
falling off.
yeah,
yeah.
really, it's a dangerous activity to say the least.
This is
Yeah.
like one of those lists of most dangerous occupations. Mallet man would be at the top
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
right in there. Sure.
based on these photos. That's scary.
It
Uh,
is. Wow.
so yeah, I can see why they wouldn't want to do it today because obviously the cars are much more powerful and faster, and we're much smarter than people back in 1912.
I think
Okay,
so.
So,
I think that's true.
that's debatable. That's right. So, so I was looking at these photos and listening to John, your description there, and I was thinking, the sport sounds familiar. It really sounds familiar, and I looked back in some of my files from when we were in college, and we actually participated in a type of auto polo tournament among the fraternities back when we were in school. Do you remember that?
Paul, honestly, I do not remember that at all.
No. Luckily, I have some photos from the Carroll News and
Excellent. Good.
and description. Yeah. So we were challenged, as always, by one of the other fraternities to a tournament, an auto polo tournament. So John and I, of course, were the old guy said, "You guys find some cars for us." Well, you know, nobody wanted to give up their car. You can see how these cars were pretty much demolished. So we didn't want to give up our cars. So we tried to come up with a better idea. And you knew somebody who was a caddy at a golf course. So first we tried to do it with golf carts. Here's some one member trying to play polo, golf cart polo, I guess it would be. But that still was too dangerous for us. So then we downsized even more and we came up with scooter polo. So here's us attempting, this is black and white, obviously. This is from somebody's Kodak.
Look at that. Look at the gent in the middle. He's on top of his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was me, John. You're the one
Sorry,
with the
I don't mean
helmet.
to
I don't
laugh
think I
about
have the
that one,
helmet
Paul.
on.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
so we decided that scooter polo was still too dangerous. So then we came up with the thing that we finally did. All the other fraternities agreed: hobby horse polo.
Ah, okay. All right.
Now, do you remember?
I do remember now. Yes. Yeah.
There you go. So there we are on hobby horses, running around chasing the quad, chasing a ball with our mallets. And of course, as I've said many times, that was the early days of women being allowed on campus at our school and allowed to attend. And this is a sorority here playing against us, and they obviously won because they were much better at hobby horses than we were. So I don't I don't remember the name of the sorority, but I know we had a good time afterwards. Anyways, probably having some beer with them down in the campus bar, the Rat Bar, as we used to call it.
The Rat Bar. Yes.
So, you remember that one, John?
Of course, I remember that part of it. I always remember going to the Rat Bar.
All right, another great sport, auto polo. There's another one for your trivia night. You can
Thanks, Paul.
Yep.
quiz everybody on that. Okay, so we've reached the end of What in World of Sports. That means it's time for everybody's favorite weird news game, Bluff the Co-host. Oh, it's the game that's sweeping across the country, around the world. People are playing Bluff the Co-host. So this is where it all starts, right here on What in the World. I have 3 stories similar to the ones we've been talking about all afternoon. One big difference: those stories were real. The stories that we have in Bluff the Co-host may be real, maybe a bluff. It's up to Karen, John, and all of you playing at home to decide real or bluff. Wagering is allowed, so place your bets. John and Karen, hands on the buzzer. Let's get right to story number 1. The National Highway Safety Transit Administration has recently determined that a leading cause of accidents today is drivers attempting to figure out how to change the radio stations on their new cars with those giant display screens instead of the old-fashioned buttons and dials. To combat this, starting in 2027, car makers will be required to offer a free option of an old-fashioned dial and button radio controller connected to the car's audio system to easily control volume and station changing. The NHTSA notes that most drivers who have these accidents are older and tend to buy more expensive cars anyway, so the car makers won't be losing any money on this free option. Cadillac is already retesting the feature, which all companies must provide starting in 2027. Okay, so the National Highway people are saying too many accidents with people trying to figure out those giant screens and change the station. Bring back the buttons and the dials and connect it to it. Mandatory, real or bluff? Karen, we'll start with you.
I'm going to say it's a bluff because you weren't looking what you were doing when you were pushing buttons and changing the dial anyway. So I'm going to say it's a bluff.
Oh, okay. All right. Karen says it's a bluff. You don't like using those big screens though, do you?
I just tell it where to go. You can get the radio. Like,
Oh, I see.
okay, MMS.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, so Karen says it's a bluff. John, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Karen. At first, I thought it would be something that the transportation people would be trying to implement, but it's going to be mandatory within a year. I don't see how they could make that kind of sweeping change with automobiles, even though you said Cadillac is testing it right now. So I don't think it's feasible right now to have it mandatory in 2027. Maybe down the road in the future, but in too short of a time frame.
Okay, all right. Well thought out, John. Thank you for that. Yeah. Defends his position that it is a bluff, as Karen says as well. So that's two bluffs. Let's check with the judges, and the judges say, congratulations to both of you. That is a bluff.
Okay, Karen, way to go.
We vote a good idea. So
Yes.
I certainly miss them. Okay, so the score is 1-1. Let's get right to story number 2. Consumer Reports recently tested fish oil capsules, which are a popular dietary supplement containing omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil, which is supposed to be good for your heart, your brain, and your cholesterol. However, one fish oil maker apparently didn't use their own brain. Consumer Reports found that the ingredients list contained oil from porpoises, which everyone knows are mammals, not fish. To avoid further embarrassment, the company has quietly recalled all of its fish oil supplements and is offering refunds to anyone who already bought them, even if the bottle is half empty. The company is feeling pessimistically half empty and is hoping the new bottles featuring salmon, tuna, and anchovy oil will save its reputation and bring back customers. Okay, Consumer Reports catches a fish oil capsule maker using porpoise oil, which is not a fish. Real or bluff? John, we'll go to you.
Wow, this is an interesting one, but I'm going to say it's a bluff because I don't know how readily you can harvest porpoise oil. I think the other fish you can harvest the oil from them, right? Of course, but with the porpoise, I don't think so. So I'm going to say it's a bluff.
Okay, John says, again, a well thought out defense of your position. John says it's a bluff. Karen, how about you?
That was too technical for my brain. I really,
You need more fish oil.
yeah, I do. You know what? I'm going to agree because I don't understand it. So yeah, go with John.
All right, Karen. I hope I'm right
Okay.
for both of our sakes.
Karen trusts. All right, Karen trusts John logic. How about that? So both of you say it's a bluff, if I understand correctly. Let's check with
That's
the
right.
judges.
That's correct.
That's right. Yeah, and the judges say don't stop taking your fish oil, but that is a bluff.
Okay.
All right, Karen, way to go. Good.
I don't know if porpoise oil is hard to get or not, John, but it sounded like a good argument. I hope everybody
Yeah.
else out there agreed with John and you got
Well,
that
I
one.
didn't understand his argument, but it sounded good.
Well, regardless. Okay, so the good news, Karen, is that both of you have two,
Aye.
which means you're both tied with two right answers. Round number 3 points are double, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to have a winner or a tie, which means we'll have two winners. How about that? So the organizer, oh no, one could be right or wrong. Never mind.
Just strike that from the
Let's
record.
see. Where's my fish oil? Okay, let's get right to story number 3. The organizers of an upcoming nature festival in England were puzzled when they started getting calls from people asking if nudity at the festival was mandatory or clothing optional. That's when the organizers checked the brochure and realized it should have said the festival was for naturalists, which are people who are interested in nature, not naturists, which are nude people who are interested in other nude people. The organizers quickly explained the confusion on social media, asked attendees to dress appropriately, and said that any nudist who already made plans and reservations would be given a full refund. However, naturalists, ones looking for nature, who booked tickets hoping to see nudists, will not be offered any refunds. The organizers were surprised by how many nudists were interested and may want to consider a separate naturist festival next year. Okay, so the nature festival in England that all of a sudden was overrun by ticket requests for nudists because they said naturist and not naturalist. Real or bluff? Karen, back to you.
Again, I'm so confused. I'm going to say true.
I know the word. See, the words are very similar, so that's
Yeah,
why
they are. That's why I'm just going to say it's true. Yeah.
it's true. Okay, Karen says it's true. John, how about you?
Yeah, I'm confused also, but but I'm going to say it's true also. I can see that happening, so I'm going to say it's true.
Would you go?
No, would not. Well,
Okay.
I mean, if I had to be, I mean, if I had to go as a nudist, I wouldn't do that.
No.
I could
Oh,
with clothes, I would do it, but
yeah.
no, not.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
To go look at the other nudist.
Yeah.
Well,
Never mind. No, John.
Never mind.
I'll yeah, we'll move on. Okay, so both of you say that's a real story. Let's check with the judges, and the judges say, "Boy, here's a rarity." Both Karen and John got all 3 of our questions.
Wow.
way to go, Karen. Very
Yeah.
good. Excellent.
Hey, we don't have to
Excellent.
Real
study
story.
anymore.
Yeah.
Sure, sure,
They-
sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They really they were amazed at how many nudists were interested in the festival. So yeah, they're thinking about doing a nudist festival. Oh, I don't, good thing it's in England. They can do it over there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that means that for 2 weeks, because we won't be here next week, John doesn't have to work on the flashcards. He can kick back, take it easy, enjoy the Northeast Ohio weather, which is turning pretty nice. Looking up.
Spring is coming around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to, that's the end of What in the World. I want to thank Karen Hale, our producer, media mogul at newclevelandradio.net. Thank you so much for everything you do for our show and for all the great podcasts on New Cleveland Radio. Check it out, newclevelandradio.net. While you're there, check out Yes I Can Coaching with Karen for all your coaching needs. Check out Cleveland 13 News. Thank you, WCTU, for more information on the hot new internet news channel in Cleveland and our association with them. And keep watching for that, because we're going to be doing some more things about the Mahoning Valley Grassmen game coming up in June. So watch for that. I also want to thank John Donala, my old buddy, the host of What in the World of Sport, my trivia go-to guy, and just all around good guy. Obviously, he puts up with me. Put put up with me at the trivia bowl. I mean, it was just it was sad, but we had a great time. So thank you,
Yeah, we
Jeff.
did, Paul. Yeah, you're welcome, Paul. We did have a great time. It's always something to look forward to now. It's an annual
Yeah.
event. Yes.
And most importantly, thank you to everybody out there who's listening or watching. We hope you have as much fun listening and watching to What in the World as we do, putting it on every week. We really enjoy doing it. It's This is the place to come. All of us are strong proponents of laughter as the best medicine, as a tool for healing. It's just a good thing. So once a week, we help you deal with life by laughing for an hour.
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
our purpose. Yep. So thank you so much for being a participant in that. And on that note, again, mark your calendars. We will be off next week. We'll be back the following Tuesday with more What in the World. So
Sounds good.